What's up, y'all? It is Friday, and today has not been a good day. It started off good, and then it just quickly took a turn for the worse. So much has happened today. It's crazy. So where to begin? First, okay, so Riley's coach, cheer coach, I had put into the group chat that, and she wrote urgent, okay? She wrote urgent and basically letting us, the parents, know that the administrative staff was going to be contacting us by phone. She didn't say anything else. So, of course, the one thing you think about, the only thing at this point everyone thinks about is COVID. So, I'm like, okay. I didn't see the message till probably like an hour after it was posted, and then I realized no one had called me. So oh goodness. So I took it upon myself to call the office. So I called the office and I'm like, the coach put this in. Riley had came home from school by then and basically said that one of the teachers had pulled the cheerleaders to the side, or told them to come, I guess told them to gather around, I guess pulled them out of class, whatever she did, and told them that someone had tested positive for COVID and that they would need to be quarantined and to call their parents. But her ride was already outside to bring her home from school, bring her home from school. So when she got here, she told me. So I'm like, okay, let me call the school. So I call the school. The school says, puts me on the phone with the principal. The principal basically tells me that, yeah, one of the cheerleaders tested positive for COVID. And since Riley is, on the cheer team and they had practice, she has to quarantine until January 3rd. She can't go back to school until January 3rd. She can't go back to school until then. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so that was one thing. Next thing you know, literally while me and Riley, we all discussing this, and I'm telling my mom and all this, an email comes through from the CEO of the school board, put out an email saying that all students will need to won't be returned, will do virtual learning and won't return until January 18th. And the good thing is, is this the beginning of another lockdown? Like, is another lockdown coming? You know what I mean? Because this is how it all began. I feel like when this first started, it was like you got to stay home, and then it was like I want to say they gave a date. I don't remember what that date was for them to return, and then it just kept getting pushed back, kept getting pushed back. Okay, so that was that. That was that part of it. And so that was that's enough right there. But so I took Noah to practice, and basketball practice, and while I'm in the car, I get a text, and in the group chat, one of the parents, is informing us that two of their children was exposed to someone who had tested positive for COVID. And they didn't want to bring them to practice until they knew for sure whether or not the kids were positive or negative. I want to say maybe an hour later, if that, the person comes back on and says, yep, one of the boys tested positive. So it suggested that the whole team get tested because they were in contact. They had practice on Monday. So yeah, so I have two kids basically that has to quarantine, and you really don't want to get tested until 5 days, I think it is, after exposure. So 5 days for both of them, for the most part, would be Saturday. I want to get Saturday. So we're all gonna make it a family affair, and on Sunday we're all gonna go get tested. I'm gonna have to go. Hopefully I can find a testing site, a place that will have available appointments, because I'm sure there's been a lot of testing going on because the cases are rising here in Maryland. So we have to. And Hayden was so upset. My youngest daughter was upset because she wants to go back to school, wants to be around her friends, and that's understandable. Noah is concerned that it's going to be virtual learning, and he's going to be kind of taking a step back because he does better when he does work in the classroom. So he's worried about his grades and things like that. You know, I mean, the kids need to socialize. They need, you know, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And I know they say that, you know, we're basically going to have to learn to live with this, right? We're going to have to learn to live with COVID. But, like, does it get easier at some point? Like, the thing is, I know a lot of people, whether or not you're vaccinated or not, you know, that's none of my business. So, but even still, a lot of people don't want to wear masks. A lot of people don't want to sanitize. They don't want to wash their hands. They don't want to, you know, they don't want to social distance. So it's just like, yeah, we got to live with it. But, I mean, everyone has to be accepting, right, of like what the new normal is. And I just feel like, you know, like, when will this get any easier? And then on top of all of that, okay, January, I'm supposed to start my new, basically my telework schedule. And how can I, well, I'm saying telework schedule, but basically everyone is supposed to be returning into the office. And we have like, we're able to telework 2 days a week. We have the schedule set and all that, but it's supposed to begin in January. And it's like, now, how can I go into the office if I have to be here with the kids because they have virtual learning? You know, so it's just a lot. It's just been a lot. So everyone in here is a bit stressed, but I'm about to go and make the kids some quesadillas. I'm gonna try and do some fried donuts. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like, do you think that a lockdown is coming, or do you think that, you know, this will just pass? Like, they'll go back to school on the 18th, and everything will be back the way it was. What do you guys think? Let me know.